Hey everybody, it's your girl, the Mental Nudist, and I'm back with another video on, well, this one is on health disparities and healthcare. It's story time, y'all. It's story time. I'm just gonna tell you guys what it is. Like, there are just so many things that I've had to see, and as a nurse, an African American nurse inside of a hospital or inside of a clinic. Okay, I've literally gone from, I worked in clinics for oncology, I've worked in hospitals in Tampa, one for ortho units, and that's where I had the experience for ortho unit. It was in Tampa. I worked in a jail. I've worked just everywhere, pretty much, just a school, all types of places. And one thing that I see is just always sickens me is just how Black people who are not educated are not, and minorities rather in general, minorities who are not educated are being pushed to the side. And I never understood that, because to me, as a healthcare provider, those are the people that you look to help even more. But it's funny because, like, one of my friends, my newer friends, told me the squeaky wheel gets the oil. And so I don't know how that came to be, but it's true. The squeaky wheel does get the oil. If you're loud and you're carrying on, you tend to get more attention than those who aren't doing that. When you seem like you have a know-it-all, that's when people start to listen to you. When they see that you have support, that's when they'll start to listen to you. If you're going into the hospital and you know nothing about what your rights are, like, literally you become messed up. And this is why I'm now doing this health coaching thing, and I'm taking it really seriously, because I really want to help. I'm a big advocate. But let me get into like what happened before it get too long. So I had different experiences, like I said, and one that sticks out to me the most is one time I was in a chemo unit or oncology unit. It was in a clinic. It was like this cute little suite. I mean, it was set up in the heart of Brooklyn, so in the hood, really. And so I felt really good about it, because I'm like, we're giving back to the community. I felt like, we were the only oncology like clinic in this space. So it felt good. Like, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna make a difference. I helped them set up their policies. I helped with so many things. And we had one patient who was from Brooklyn as well, and she was just a sassy lady. And if you know me, I love sassy elderly women or sassy elderly people. Those are my people. Like, I just feel like when I get that age, I want to be just as sassy, okay? Because you don't live that long to take no shit. That's how I feel. So anyway, lady comes in and she had so much anxiety. First off, she had cancer and she didn't know if she was gonna pay it, and there was just a lot of like different factors and different layers to that. So she actually had a social worker, but prior to her social worker being able to arrive to the clinic, I tried to help her out with a lot of the things, making sure that she got her FMLA papers done, and just making sure that she was just straight. We had a situation in which some of the paperwork had to be signed by the doctor, okay? And this doctor was notorious for not signing his paperwork. Like, he would literally give you some of the things but not give you, or some of the signatures of things but not give you all of the signatures, or he'll place some of the info for some stuff but not all of the info for the stuff. And so it got out of hand. Like, she and he, or they, the two of them, exchange words. And she's like, basically she's telling him, like, because he lost the paperwork, like he actually lost it. I don't know what he did with it. But I was explaining to him, like, I would be mad too, you know what I mean? Like, this is crazy. Do you know that this man actually canceled her chemo? he canceled it. He said that she was not allowed back in the clinic. It was her last chemo. But the kicker is she would be allowed to go back for a one-on-one with him. So let me get this straight, Doc. She can't go for her chemo session, but she can have an appointment with you to speak in your office. I wonder why that is, right? That was one of the things that I was just like, I was adamant about it. I went to administration. I told them about what I felt, and I was just pretty much ignored. I'm like, I don't even think this doctor needs to be doctoring, okay? We had a lot of multiple myeloma patients, and if you know anything about multiple myeloma, it's a cancer, but if you know anything about it, it's a blood kind of cancer, and they're constantly doing research for multiple myeloma, constantly. There's always new drugs. There's about, probably as we speak, they're probably making drugs for them, but it's like 15 maybe drugs. Like, say he would only use five, and if they didn't work, it was kind of like it was done. And I noticed a lot of his patients were dying, or a lot of them ended up in the hospital. A few of them where I was really close to them, and I'm just like, his outcomes aren't great, and I addressed it. I went up to administration. I liked him, as a person, and I was like very, I don't want to be, get anybody fired, but I do have I have an obligation to my patients. And so I let them know, like, listen, I don't know if he's having a bad day, but I don't think that this is good decision making. Nevertheless, I told them, I will take her as a patient. You don't have to worry about her. Like, I have to give her the chemo anyway. Like, she has to deal with me anyway. Let me just take her. And administration was standing behind the doctor. That's when I knew I couldn't be there. And because this is long, I'm just gonna end it right now. And then if you want to listen to another story, we got a part 2.